ones we should be covering. Well, first of all, just go through the scheme of work so you have a better understanding of the lessons we cover. It's basically preparing for a football tournament at the end. They're year 9s. There's about 16 boys in there. They're medium to high ability, so they have some sort of understanding what they're doing. But they'll be going through basically the basic concepts of football. There's not really any kids that you should be wary of, just like the odd messing about and stuff.
So are you learning footies and all?
No, not at all. They're quite smart kiddies. They know what they're doing, but obviously when the supply teacher comes in, you're going to get the odd one or two. There's probably one you might be aware of. One I won't say might be aware, have to be aware of. It's Dave. He's a bit of a troublemaker at times, but he likes his football, so he should be alright. Yeah, just quickly go through the scheme of work. When you'll be doing the second and third of the 6 weeks. First of all, the first lesson I'll be just going through. I'll be doing like fitness activities, just going an overview of what's happening for the next 6 weeks. The fact that you'll be coming and covering me, and just getting a basic overview of what's going to be happening. But with your 2 sessions, the first one you'll be looking at, I'll focus on ball control, and then the third one you'll be doing passing. Go through the second one, but your lesson, the first one that you're doing. So you'll be doing like ball control. First of all, you'd be like asking questions like what they're doing the first lesson, just what you can be doing, and basically just trying to get a better understanding of what their knowledge is, because once you get a first time, then you have a better idea. So in the lesson, ball control, I'll just the basic plan of the lesson. It'd be good to ball control. What I've been intending to do is creating their own slalom course. So at the end, they'll be peer assessing each other's work, as well as collecting data and recording it. So like within the session, I'm trying to pull out over the curriculum, so that they've got the physical activity, educating themselves about the physical needs. They'll be using numeracy-based work, where they'll be using like stopwatches every time, using their literal needs by evaluating each other, and then like their IT needs, where the data they'll be collecting. There's a homework task at the end, which I'll elaborate on, which they have to process their data into graphs and stuff. But like within the lesson, kind of you'll be the one speaking for like the first half, so you can use command in, quite autocratic really, and you'll be putting into practice, and then the kind of letting them have their speak of their views on the activities, and then they'll be going away and they'll be doing their own thing. But like the resources you're going to be needing, I'll put it all aside for you, so you wouldn't need to rummage through it. But there'll be about 10 footballs, 50 cones. You'll be going to going on the playing field, but this would be probably weather permitting, if it's like jumping down, or if you're unable to go outside. Then I've also booked the sports hall for you, so you'll be able to go in there. You'll be needing whistles. You'll be about 15 of like the poles you get. There'll be ladders, the 11th floor. There'll be like mini hurdles. There'll be numerous stopwatches, and they have to have a paper, a pen, and the goalposts will be set up already, so you won't have to worry about that. What else they'll be trying to like establish in the session is just basically their technique, their coordination, their strategies, their team building skills really, but the fact that they'll be pairs, and just with the evaluation and stuff. But now I'll go deeper into the lesson. this is task, the main task that they'll be doing. Um, but the start activity, they'll be leading warm up. They will know what they're doing, but if you ask them to do a warm up, if like no one ask volunteers to lead the warm up. If not, you just pick somebody. If there was someone to pick there, I'd pick Liam. Liam's quite confident. He's possibly going to be the captain of like, the team that I'm playing. But yeah, what you ask him to lead them, you give them like the basic points. So you'd be like stepping back, I suppose, just observing. Want them to make sure they get a pulse raiser in. Do like stretches, if I'm having stretches, and then the second pulse raiser. But when during like the warm up, like to you to just go over with them, like why is the warm up so important? Why is it needed before doing like activities? And then when they're stretching as well, ask them like, what muscle groups they're doing, how long you should be holding the stretch for. Just doing this, it just gives them a bit more knowledge and understanding of like, the importance of warming up. And then we'll be going on to like a warm up, like a starch activity. So just to get a feel of what it is. It's like just because like the session's on ball control, so I kind of wanted to base it on that. So what do you ask them to get a football each. While they're doing a warm up, before they warm up, you'll be marking that square out 15 by 15 really. So they'll each X is a person, then they've got a football each. So what they're intending to do is go around the square. You'll have cones, so you'll be on the side. How I want to fill with you for everything. You've got cones. You've got a green cone and a red cone, and like a different colour cone, like an orange or a yellow or something. With a green cone, meaning that they've got to dribble around the square, each directions, just like keeping it under control. The red cone would mean that they have to go around and try to pick someone's ball up, and then once the ball's out, then they'd have to stand out on the square, observe the rest of the people. And then you have like the yellow cone. This would mean that they'd have to like do a turn, you demonstrate like the quick turn, ball roll backwards, so on and so forth.
So all of them know how to do that skill before?
That's why you'd be like you'd be demonstrating beforehand, before like involving the yellow cone. So just use like the green cone and the red cone first of all, and then the yellow cone. So yeah, that would start our activity. Now we'll be moving on to the main activity, which is a slalom course, effectively. What you'll be doing, they'll be working in pairs. You've got to create their own slalom course, really. First of all, you show them as the. Yep. So the task basically is to create their own slalom course. They've got to. This would be like the basis of what they have to do. You've shown this, but they have to like work on it and change it. They're not allowed to use that specific one. And then they have the equipment provided. What they tend to do is like work together as a team. Then once they've created it, they've got to run through it. They've got to time it. Then they've got to write the times down. And then there's a little competition between each other. So and then once they've done that, they've got to try and they've got to assess each other. So how they can improve. They run through it again. If they haven't improved, they'd like talk to each other why. You'll be like standing by, observing what they're doing. If they're having trouble with creating their own slalom course, then you give like the basis of it and then try to guide them to do it. And then once they've got like ran that through that a couple of times, obviously time permitting, they'd have to move on. And then what I'd like you to do is involve the football. Make sure they involve football. So with the slalom course, so like you've got this one here, you've got the holes and then you've got the cones at the end. So what they could do is get the ball, dribble around the cones and sprint back to the start with the football. So but they can keep that under control. And then what they also could do to for like the high ability students is to use their chocolate foot, as I like to call it, foot that the alternate foot they don't like to use. So yeah, it's basically what they're doing, but you've got to ensure that they're peer assessing each other, how they could improve, as well as writing all the data down, because at the end, what you'll be asking them to do is, with the data they've recorded in their pairs, they've got to upload them to graphs, so just to show that the timings, that how they're different to each other.